At dawn, they awoke, frightened and disoriented. They wept for their lost childhood, but then made a solemn vow, never to return to their careless father or their cruel stepmother. Determined to start a new life, they sought a hidden spot in the forest and decided to build a hut there. Their fortune changed when they discovered an old rusty axe. Seeing it as a sign of divine help, they used it to chop strong branches and construct a sturdy shelter. They gathered wild fruits, nuts, and fish, gradually adapting to their new life. After days of effort, their hut was complete. They wove river weeds for bedding and even tamed wild goats and a stray dog. As time passed, they learned to hunt, fish, and cultivate a small garden. Life, though different, became peaceful and fulfilling. 2 years passed in this tranquil existence. Then one stormy evening, there was a knock at their hut door. Startled, the sisters hesitated. When the knock came again, they cautiously opened the door to find 3 men, one young and regal-looking, the other 2 middle-aged. The young man introduced himself as Prince Alex, explaining they had lost their way in the storm. Though wary, the sisters welcomed them inside. They lit a fire, served warm goat milk, and Nickie prepared food while Ellie went to fetch more wood. Hours passed, and Ellie did not return. Nickie was worried, her heart pounding. Meanwhile, the food had slightly burned, filling the hut with an unpleasant smell. The hungry men looked disappointed, but quick-witted Nickie added milk and herbs to the meal, masking the burnt scent. When served, the dish was unexpectedly delicious. The prince, impressed by her skills and grace, watched her keenly. After consulting his courtiers, Prince Alex proposed marriage to Nickie. She was delighted but hesitated, she could not leave without Ellie. However, before a decision could be made, messengers from the palace arrived, announcing an emergency. The prince had to return immediately. Unwilling to leave Nickie behind, he took her with him. Knowing Ellie would search for her, Nickie secretly scattered wheat grains along the journey. The king and queen warmly welcomed Nickie, grateful for how she had aided the prince. However, she remained sorrowful, worried that Ellie might think she had abandoned her. Meanwhile, Ellie, upon returning to the hut, found her sister missing. Fearing the worst, she searched endlessly. Days passed, and in her despair, she fell ill. She remained in this state for 3 weeks. Upon recovering, she noticed a curious sight, a thin line of young wheat plants growing along the forest path. Realizing it was a clue from her sister, she followed the trail, which led her straight to the palace. Upon arrival, she confronted the prince, accusing him of kidnapping Nickie. Laughing, he assured her that Nickie was safe and was to become the princess. Overjoyed, Ellie was escorted to her sister, and the two reunited in tears of happiness. Soon after, in a grand ceremony, Nickie married Prince Alex, and Ellie remained at the palace as a beloved princess. Together, they embraced a future filled with love, security, and the joy they had once lost. From this story, we learn that resilience and wisdom can turn even the darkest times into a path to happiness. No matter how difficult life gets, courage and determination will always lead to a brighter future. That's all for today. Bye!